Hey, how's it going? It's Mightybibonator, and welcome to this stream. I've done it at a really awkward time because at the moment Pyramid has just been released, which I'm going to be playing a bit more Pyramid Head later on. But I thought this would be a good opportunity to finally do this Legion stream, which I wanted to do for a while. I wanted to do a full guide because I've been trying to find helpful tips and tricks since I first played Legion, and I could never find anything that was fully explanatory. Only, this build works, that build works, and that's sort of how his power works and such. And I've mained Legion from the very beginning. That's when I became a killer main, was during Legion's release. So I've stuck by him, as an old schooler from the beginning. And I know that I do a lot of killer roulettes, but really I think the only killer that I could really sort of pinpoint and that I can say that I've got a bit of knowledge about is Legion. And I don't know, from the beginning, I feel like a lot of killers who play Legion struggle a lot. And I don't know, I've rarely gone against a good Legion. I've rarely gone against a good one. In fact, I don't think I've ever been against a really, really good Legion. Never been up against one. And I suppose with being a Legion main, whenever I play against the Legion, I sort of know his counters pretty well and know how to put pressure on that killer in a game. Which I think a lot of survivors, I notice, even high-ranking survivors, make so many mistakes. And many killers who play Legion make so many mistakes too, when I go up against them. And these are rank 1 Legions too. So hopefully I'll be able to do a full guide. I'm going to be blabbing on a lot. I will play some matches towards the end to sort of demonstrate what I mean. When I talk about certain playstyles, certain builds, how to use his power the most effectively, etc, etc. So, to start off with, Legion, sometimes I'll be referring to him as him or her, but it's a collective group of people, and you can choose different cosmetics depending on which Legion you want to play. So at the moment, the default Legion is Frank. Hang on, where have we got him? There he is. That's what you'll probably come up with straight away when you first buy Legion. So we'll go from the very basics. That's his basic cosmetics. When you go on to see his Teachable Perks, we'll get onto that now. So his teachables, they're not these. Hang on, I'll swap them around so that it's a bit more clearer. Uno momento, his teachables are Iron Maiden, Magret, and Discordance, if I can find it. Can I find it? I don't know. Hang on. I'll be there in a moment. Discordance. There it is. So those are his Teachable Perks. So Iron Maiden, you open lockers at tier 3 50% faster, and they're exposed for 15 seconds, and you see their auras for 4 seconds. Magret, so you suffer no cooldown from missed attacks when you're carrying someone, and when you do hit a survivor, the wiggle timer stops for 4 seconds. And Discordance, anytime there's more than one survivor working on a gen, it's highlighted yellow for 12 seconds. So those are his teachables. For different types of killers and different builds, each of these perks are pretty decent. Discordance can be used for a lot of killers. It's especially good on Legion as well. I don't run it that much anymore, but I used to run Discordance a lot with Legion. It's a good perk to use to start learning with once you start using perks on Legion, when you're starting to learn him. it's a good perk to start off with because it'll give you information on where the majority of survivors are. So but it's brilliant for other killers too. It's a really, really good perk. Mag Grit, usually like basement builds, if you're running like an agitation or an iron grasp and you're putting people in the basement and you want to take body hits and whatnot, it's okay. I wouldn't recommend it for any Legion players. I think that perk for Legion and for a lot of killers is kind of weak. I don't know. I just feel like Iron Grasp is pretty strong. I mean, basically it's just for body hits, protection hits. That's the only purpose Mag Grit comes in for. And then you got Iron Maiden. This one, it's become a lot more popular recently. I've noticed a lot of killers are running Iron Maiden, but it's especially strong on Huntress because you can open lockers faster when she's reloading. Plus, if survivors are trying to hide and juke her through lockers, they're going to be insta-downed. But generally I don't use these perks very often anymore. I used to use Discordance a lot, but not so much anymore. So that's what you'll find when you first buy Legion, what you will get. Not at tier 3 obviously, but those are the perks. So first we'll talk about his power. I'll load up the info there. So Feral Frenzy, to put it in its simplest form, what it does is you have a power that has a cooldown. So you have a meter on it. And when you enter Feral Frenzy, you'll have a boosted movement speed and you're able to vault windows and pallets. When you hit someone in Frenzy, it will show not auras, but I can't think what it's called right now from the top of my head, but it will show information of all the other survivors' whereabouts within your terror radius, and you can, each time you hit another survivor in Frenzy, your power gauge will fill back up again. But with Feral Frenzy you can't down any survivors with it. If you have Frank's Mixtape, you can tunnel and down someone that way, but it's a bit dumb. You wouldn't want to do that. Never. Trust me, never. I wouldn't bother with Frank's Mixtape and trying to down survivors with the Frenzy. It'll just take you far too long, but yeah, it's that's basically his power. Each time you hit a survivor with a basic attack, you lose some of your power gauge. You lose the meter on it, so you have to wait for it to build up again. And the other issue, if you miss a frenzy attack, you'll instantly go out of your power and it will go straight to 0. So those are some of that's basically how his power works. You have a cooldown when you try to come out of frenzy. You'll go into like a fatigue status similar to Nurse, and that's about it. That's pretty much his whole power and what it does. So when you go to learn Legion, especially for people that have only just started to play him or plan to, it's best, I mean, I give this advice for learning all killers, but especially with Legion's power, learn without the perks or add-ons. Don't worry about the perks or add-ons at the start. Understand how his power works as well as possible. This can go with other killers too, not just Legion, but that's my advice for people who want to learn Legion. Don't depend on his perks or his add-ons to give you an advantage when you're learning him. It's best to learn him from his core. You probably have some bad matches while you're learning him, just like any killer, when you run him without perks or add-ons, but it will benefit you in the long run, because if you understand every way that his power can be used and how you can catch survivors off guard and how you can pressure a whole team without worrying about perks to do that for you, it's going to give you a massive advantage in the future when you do start using builds and a certain playstyle that suits you. when playing him. So we'll go on to the add-ons. I'm not sure if I've unlocked every single add-on for him. I might have done. So I'll start off with his strongest add-ons. In my personal opinion, his three strongest is Iridescent Button, Cold Dirt, and Stolen Sketchbook. So to start with, Iridescent Button, what it does is every time you go in Frenzy, it emits your whole terror radius across the entire map, so everyone can hear your terror radius, so they never know if you're going to be going for them or someone else. And you can also break pallets instantly when you vault, which is incredibly strong. So yeah, I'd say that's probably his strongest add-on, because it can confuse a whole team and leave everyone lost. Cold Dirt considerably decreases the cooldown duration of Feral Frenzy, so each time you come out of Frenzy, you're going to recover a lot faster and ready to go back into the chase with your basic hit. The reason I think that's so strong is because when you've put some survivors injured in Frenzy, the trouble is after that, the only way you can down them is with a basic attack at 115%. That's the only way you're going to down survivors. You're not going to down them with the power. The power is just there to injure them. You've got to down them with a basic attack. So Cold Dirt is very good if you're being smart with how you come out of your Frenzy and not rushing it and out positioning survivors or blocking windows. Because remember, you're still faster than the survivor, so there's no reason why you can't block the path that they're going situationally. And Cold Dirt will give you that extra time to get back and down them quick. So it's extremely strong, and it's a way of being able to use your power to down survivors, because the big myth that I always hear is that you can't down, his power is no good for downing survivors. Technically, yeah, if you're hitting survivors, yeah, it's useless. However, to outposition survivors, you can catch them off guard and down them that way. And Cold Dirt will help you massively with that. And we'll go on to Stolen Sketchbook. It's an add-on that I use quite a lot. It considerably increases Feral Frenzy duration. So you'll have, if you're on quite a large map, or if survivors are splitting up, which is Legion's main counter, it will give you that extra time so that you can juggle survivors if they're spreading up. Plus, if you're at a reasonably awkward loop where you're trying to get a survivor, it gives you that extra time so that you can out-loop them and make sure you get that hit. So those is what I'd say are his best perks. Alongside them, Filthy Blade, Dirty Blade, they're both decent. What they do is it takes longer for survivors to mend. That's the other thing that I didn't mention about his power. When you're injured survivors in Feral Frenzy, they have to mend, which I think it takes 20 seconds. With Nasty Blade and Filthy Blade, it extends that time. So it's a good thing to have them mending, because they're not doing gents. They have to mend. So that's a way his power slows down the game and slows survivors down and put pressure on them as well. And because it's so easy to injure survivors with Feral Frenzy, like, it is dukeable. You can 360 it, but you're going to have a bloody hard time as a survivor too. If you get survivors, if you're carrying like a Filthy Blade and you're injuring survivors and making them mend, and then if they start trying to heal as well, they're wasting so much time for you just to be able to find them again and injure them again easily. So they're going to be spending half the match just mending and healing, which isn't efficient. Survivors don't want to play that game against Legion. It never works out. Deep Wound Armor as well is Stab Wound Study. It's okay. Like, basically, his terror radius, your mending action doesn't go down. You get like a borrowed time effect when you're injured in Frenzy. It doesn't go down within Legion's terror radius. So this can work well, sometimes it doesn't, because of that reason. But it can be handy if you're splitting up across a whole map and you want to keep that pressure on survivors. because they'll want to get into that mend action straight away. But the thing is, I find this a little bit pointless because most survivors will mend straight away anyway, so I wouldn't particularly use that add-on myself anyway. Some of the pointless perks now that I feel are really, really pointless. First one, hitting a survivor highlighted Killer Instinct while in Frenzy applies the mangled status effect for 60 seconds. That's not too bad, but smart survivors won't always be healing against Legion anyway, unless they have to. So I'm not sure, I wouldn't say that's strong for him. This one especially, I wouldn't bother. The Legion pin. So basically, if you hit them in Frenzy, they're broken for 60 seconds, but you got to think it takes them possibly 20 seconds to mend. So really, 30 seconds of being broken. I would say it's best to have survivors healing, because it's wasting their time a lot if you're playing as Legion, and you're just going to be able to injure them easily again when you get back on them. So I don't know. I wouldn't heavily recommend it personally. This one, I don't use it. I can see how it can be useful, but all it does is your Killer Instinct. So when you're hitting survivors in Frenzy and you see their Killer Instinct, you see their positions where they are in the map. This just makes it a lot further away, easy to detect from a further distance outside of his terror radius, which can be good to get information all the time. Like, it can be good in that way, but the chances are, unless you're running add-ons to increase his Feral Frenzy duration, you're most likely not going to catch up to him, and you're going to end up basic and attacking. I don't know, it's situational. It's all situational with Legion and with his power, but I wouldn't recommend him trying to injure and down survivors just with his basic attack. I would try and get them all injured and keep them injured in Feral Frenzy as much as you can in the game. And then when you catch them off guard, you can down them easily with basic attack. That's my advice, but you can try. The most pointless perk out of every single one of them is Frank's Mixtape. Like, when Legion was first released, this used to be the strongest perk on Legion because it allowed you to down survivors within 3 or 4 frenzy hits. I think it was 4, I might be wrong. This basically, each time you hit a survivor in Frenzy, with Frenzy, it'll reduce the deep wound timer, but the amount of time it'll take you to get that power recovery, it's not worth it. I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't even call it a purple add-on anymore. Plus, I wouldn't highly recommend hitting a survivor in Frenzy while they've been hit by Frenzy. Did I word that properly? I don't know. I think you know what I mean. I wouldn't recommend that because all it's going to do is give them a speed boost, and it's gonna it's just going to put you into punishment, into fatigue and cooldown. So it doesn't benefit you any single way as possible. The best way to go about it, if you injure survivor with Frenzy and you want to stick on them, just try and use your speed to outposition them, block windows, block anywhere that they can go to counter you, and down them with a basic attack that way. You can body block as well in fatigue, like you can with Nurse and like Wraiths and cloaking. You can body block while you're having that cooldown, which is really effective, which I've never seen Legion players do that. Honestly, I don't know why. Even when I watch big streamers, I never see them trying to body block in Frenzy and out position that much. Which, I don't know. I'm not sure if I agree with it. His other add-on that are actually pretty decent is how long it takes to refill his power gauge. This is strong because you'll want to get that Frenzy as much as possible. So this can work really, really well. That's not a bad perk to carry at all. I'd recommend that. Anyhow, let's look at Add-ons, sorry. Do I keep calling these perks or add-ons? Sorry. My fault. Now we're going to look at the perks. The builds. In fact, I'll talk about the perks first before the builds. Some of the strongest perks that I recommend on Legion. I mean, there's lots of different perks that work well with him. There's lots of different builds that can work really, really well for him. One thing I'll say is I try to use perks that are actually going to help me with regressing generators and helping me in chases. I don't care too much about perks that will give me information like barbecue and stuff. Like barbecue can work well. A lot of Legion players use barbecue. But I don't find it that necessary because you're going to be able to get that information from using your frenzy and using your power. And if you have pretty good muscle memory and you're paying attention, you can sort of figure out where survivors are across the map when you hook someone. That depends whether you get that information straight away at the beginning of the match, but most of the time you are. So you can sort of figure it out that way with his power. Whereas a killer like Billy or Huntress, they need a perk like barbecue or bit of murmur to figure out where survivors are spread in the map so that they know where to pressure them. But I wouldn't say it's necessary on Legion. So some of the perks I'd highly recommend for a Legion player. We'll start off with the gen regression perks. Most of them pretty much work. Ruin, surveillance combo, I do that a lot. Pop is probably one of the strongest perks for Legion. Pop. Because when you've hooked someone, if there's only, you know, 1 or 2 gens left, you can use your frenzy to get to those gens that you think are getting progressed quickly. Pop them 25% regressed. They're back to square one as soon as you frenzy them again. So pop is one of the strongest perks. I'd recommend that in most of the builds that you're going to use. Monitor and abuse is really good. It reduces your terror radius when you're not in a chase and increases it when you are in a chase. So what that does is you're able to catch survivors off guard with monitor and abuse when they're injured. But also when you're in frenzy, because remember his killer instinct works within his terror radius. If you just hit someone in frenzy, you're in chase, that terror radius is going to go massive and you're going to get more information. So it saves using that add-on that increases his killer instinct. You don't need that if you use like a monitor and abuse. You can get that effect from it. Works really well. Plus you compare it with like nurses. You know, if survivors are trying to heal and you're carrying a monitor, you might be able to catch them off guard, out positioned and down them quick. So monitor, heavily recommend. Like I said, Ruin Surveillance combo is really good. One perk that I'd say is also extremely strong on Legion is Enduring. Basically, what Enduring does is that when you get a pallet stun, your duration of stun is decreased by 50%. So this also includes frenzy. So if you're in frenzy and you want to snap out quickly, take a pallet stun. You got rid of a pallet and you're back in action. You have no cooldown. You can go straight back into that chase. And it can punish survivors for trying to stun you as well when you're in frenzy, because a lot of survivors will try to do that. They'll try and stop you from getting that information from frenzy, so they'll pallet stun you. So it's a win-win. You can use your enduring, get back in that chase straight away and hit them, down them. So yeah, you can pair that with Spirit Fury as well, which is really popular, which is amazing combo on Legion as well. I use that sometimes. That works really well. Sloppy Butcher is a decent perk. Yeah, Sloppy Butcher works really well. It'll waste the time trying to heal. Fanatophobia is a boss perk for Legion. Basically, every time someone's injured, you get a stackable 3 or 4% to healing, repairing generators, etc., etc. Because you're going to expect to have survivors healing or injured quite a lot. So that Fanatophobia can make it really punishing to force survivors to heal themselves, which is good for Legion. Basically, it's good either way if you're playing as Legion. If you have survivors that are healing, they're wasting time not doing generators. If you have survivors that don't heal, they're going to have a one-shot down when you do catch them off guard. So it can be a win-win. That's how you'll want to play Legion anyway, in my opinion. That's what works the best. You want win-win situations, and it's the same with Enduring. If they pallet stun you, you've just got rid of a pallet and you're immediately back in the chase to hit or possibly down someone. So, anyhow, I've talked quite a lot. I will do one of the builds that I really like. In fact, I'll show you the pop with Enduring and Spirit Fury first. If I can find it. Where is it? I'm blind. There it is. Pop. And you know what? We'll use Monitor and Abuse as well so you can see. One really good add-on that works well with the Endurance and Spirit Fury build. It's very dirty. At the iridescent button, because you're going to be breaking pallets when you vault them. So you're going to have a much easier time down in survivors and building those stacks up straight away. And we'll use Cold Dirt as well, because whether I take a pallet stun will take me out of Frenzy instantly. Cold Dirt, if I have to do it manually, I'm going to come out of that Frenzy quicker to down survivors, hopefully catch them off guard. I'm going to take a Black Ward because I definitely need it, because that's the only iridescent button I have. It's an amazing perk. And anyhow, I'm just going to take a short break before I get into this game, and then I will start off. Now. Oh, sorry. I can't hear the game music. God damn it. There we go. Probably just bought him a few minutes. Is it on? It's on. Oh well. Alright, so at the beginning of the match, take your time with Frenzy when you get that first hit, because it's really important. Someone else there. So the other two survivors are on the other side of the map. Go back in the chase, take a pallet stun. Get rid of it. Shouldn't really break pallets when I have that iridescent button, but she would have just looped me around there. I'd rather just get my power again. I'm gonna go for the window. All spread out. This is smart. Survivors, take notes. This is what you do. See? No time to get there. But she's out positioned. Go and have perk shot. All the new Cheryls. And that other one's gonna pop. They spread out really well. Smart. Come for the TL wall. No scratch marks, so they've stayed around this bit. Get information on the others, because I don't know which Cheryl switch. Are they all Cheryl? Looks like it. Oh no. You know what? We'll keep on her. Maybe we can get her to pallet stone me. Should have blocked the window there. That was my bad. There we go. Are they working on a jet? Still got pop. Checking short there. There's someone else. Drop it. Snap me out. Spirit Fury. Down. That's how endurance and Spirit Fury is really good. It's mental. It's very, very dirty, but it works really, really well. You need something to help him with chases. Alright, she could be on that gen, but I want to check her. Bit worked on. She go for the unhook. There we are, snapped out quick, got rid of a good decent pallet. That's how endurance can work well. Plus I'm getting stacks for Spirit Fury. They're going to back on that gen. Probably pop that gen again. Someone else there. Around this way. Did run that. Just go pop the gem, make the most of it. Right, one's run that way. I don't care about that gen anymore. They both are. Right, let's stick on Zifeng. Our position. The window. Still there. There. Pull it. Get rid of it. There we are, another stack of Spirit Fury, and we've already got rid of almost every single decent pallet on the map. I think the sharp pallet's still there. I think I'd rather pop this gen. And they're all healing as well, which is wasting loads of time. And they've only got one gen done in, what, 5 minutes? Someone else. Haven't got sprint burst. Drop it. Now what I mean about out positioning. Body block. That's what I mean about out positioning. Don't let them go somewhere safe. Pop this gen again. Alright, there's at least one over here. I reckon they're all here. If they are, we're in trouble. One. Both on a gen. They're splitting up really well as well. Roll the window. Put pressure on her. Both here. I didn't see her have a dead arm. No. Then hook. I know that there's possibly a couple there, but I'd rather pick this gen. Are you going to heal again? Just to put pressure on him. I don't need to hit him with frenzy if they're all injured. And with this add-on, they can hear my tear radius from everywhere, so they have no idea where I am. Move on over there. So now it's an insta down. Is that her scratch marks? I knew that there was another person here. And these have been splitting up really well. Went that way, I reckon. I'm surprised that they've done so much with the gens. They just split up perfectly. Might as well get out of it. No flashlight. That was my bad. My monitor might help. Yeah. And I've got Spirit Fury. Go for that. And now if she pops a gen, because she's not healing, she's going to show me where she is. And there's the hatch. So she's in trouble. So she ran that way. She stayed around the shack. It's the only place you'll think is safe. There she is. GG. Should be able to get the hatch too. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what I mean about Legion. Nearly a perfect game. I was slightly off. Hopefully you know what I mean. The survivors, that team, they didn't play it that bad. Like, they split up really well. It's just a very dirty build. If you're going to use a build on Legion, once you get confident with him, man, it's very dirty, but it all works. All of this, it's probably this. I think this is the strongest possible build you can use on Legion. With all the add-ons and perks, it's very dirty. He was the first killer that I played in Dead by Daylight. Well, the first killer that I named anyway. And Legion got me to rank 1 very quickly. I don't know, I suppose lots of players seem to have good chemistry with certain killers and their playstyle, and mine's Legion. What I really liked about him was that you can juggle and get into multiple chases very easily. So to start off, we're going to use this build anyway. Cold Dirt, Sketchbook. The strongest perk for Legion, in my opinion anyway, from my experience, is Enduring. That's the strongest thing you can take. It's a win-win situation because Legion's counter is when he's in frenzy and gets stunned by a pallet because it snaps him out of his power and he doesn't get information. With Enduring, firstly, you'll recover 50% faster. That includes getting stunned while in frenzy. So it's a good way of getting straight back into that chase, plus the survivors just thrown down a pallet, wasted the pallet with the frenzy, because frenzy can't down survivors. It can only injure them and waste the time. But generally, I like to take perks that will help with gem regression and chases. I don't bother with perks that give information that much because Legion can get it anyway with his basic power. So will she? Hopefully you can take some tips from this. But it's important whenever you play Legion to get that frenzy hit at the beginning.
Georgia12 said, I have told Tyron before there is a streamer that in the future is going to guess 4 tournaments. You want me to notify you whenever?
Yes. That would be great. I've never entered a tournament before. Alright, so they chose this map offering. There's the Ronin Surveillance. I don't have to kick the gen. I'm going to keep on her. Get your start game, spread the love at the beginning. Show no mercy. Out position.
Said, okay.
It's okay, I'm happy to injure everyone. Catch them off this way. Can I reach it? Perfect. That's a good start. That's a very good start. And they're healing, which is good, because it wastes their time. And they're all sticking around together. You need to split up against Legion. Going for the window. Out position. No point hitting her. Window. No. Alright, she's got the pallet, but we could do with getting rid of it anyway. Second down. Where's a hook? Alright, we'll take her back over here because I know she got unhooked here. And they've stuck around. Are they wasting time healing? Yeah. Want to keep on pressure dead hard. Oh no, you have no permission to do that, buddy. Another down. They've gone back on that gen over there. Oh, they got rid of Ruin, so we have Pop now. That's kind of not bad timing because they nearly did that gen. So they'll be back on that gen. They're wasting the time healing. Alright, we'll get rid of this pallet. Over here. There's a strong pallet over here. There we go. No cooldown. Strong pallet out of the way. Right, you're gonna go around that way. Can you use a shot window? No. Get rid of this pallet. Take it. Right, I'm going to use a frenzy because I know there's at least 2 on there. Keep them off it. Keep them all injured, guys. No mercy. There's someone else here. Get the frenzy. This one's good at got another down. And then we can pop this gen again. They're all on the first hook now. And then there was one over there. I'm suspect that they're that part of the map. Oh. You got the middle gen. Alright, let's get my arse back over there. Are they going to touch that gen? Alright, let's pressure them all again. You just missed it. Right, we're gonna leave her alone. There's 2 here. Wait till I got my power again. Wait till I got my power back in. Window. I'll position her. I want her. She's lost the shat palette. Does she know? She seems to know. Still got that palette. Someone behind me, I'll get the hook quick. Pop it. Alright, you've gone round this way. Is there a window there? Alright. There we are, straight back in. She's going to be dead on hook, but we'll leave it for decisive. Be around there. There we go. That pallet's still there. Let's go on a hook. And now we can kill Kate. Oh, is that window blocked off to her? Don't think she has dead hard, right? We're gonna 4K. I want that 4K. They did not defy Legion. They are not worthy. God damn it. Actually, worked on this gen. Wonderful. Okay, I might use his power. Where are you, buddy? You're self-caring. Where are you? Legion's coming, baby. keep looking. I don't mind. I'm a very patient Mighty. I'm very patient. Okay, let's keep looking. Did I hear? That's her.
Logan 69 safe _ said. He and lady had a farming pyramid head twice, same person as well.
Where are you? Where are you? You reckon she's jumping from locker to locker? Okay, she got picked up. Sorry, buddy. Life is shit. Okay, did you go up here? There we go. Patience is everything. No. No one escapes on Mighty's watch. Literally. Oh, mistake. No. There you go, buddy. And now your turn. And there you go. First game. Not worthy. Not worthy. God damn it. Who's next? For the wrath of Mighty. So there you go, that's his first build. Rune and Surveillance get information at the beginning, help with the start game, and then as soon as they cleanse that, after a gen or two has popped, then you have Pop Goes a Weasel, which will put pressure on gens even more. It works well as a combo. I use it on quite a lot of killers. It's a reasonably decent gen regression build that works well. And as you could see, enduring it helped me out a lot. I taught the pallet stunts.
Well said. GG.
GG it is. But their biggest mistake that they made, and survivors always make this mistake, where they're healing each other and working on the same gens and all gathered together. They did it multiple times. Like, I understand at the beginning when you don't know who the killer is, but as soon as you know it's Legion, you need to split up. Don't crowd together. Anyhow, let's move on to the next build. What did I say? What else do I use? You know what? We'll do a Nurses and Monitor with Pop, and maybe we can try different add-ons. We'll go with the Iridescent, and we'll go with Cold Dirt. What have I missed? What music is this? It's amazing music, George. It's the future. Behold. Yeah, there is still a stigma with women, girl gamers. It's just so dumb. Like, you know, this is the future. Oh, new map. Alright, let's... I can't remember how the map layout is. I think I saw one person. I hear someone. Oh no, it's a locker, I think. I don't know my way around this map, so this is definitely going to help the survivors, unless they don't know either. I don't know how to do it. I'm just opening up loops. I seriously don't know my way around it. Let's check it. Oh, hello. Are they all upstairs? Break the pallet. Alright, let's try and get to this gen on time. I probably won't. Oh! Alright. Okay. Try and block his path. Saying that, I don't know where I'm blocking him. Alright, he doesn't seem to have dead hard, unless he's being smart and saving it. Does he? No. Right, now we've got thrilling. Where's the hooks? Okay, I've got one. Yeah, I could do with popping that gem back up there. So are they all wasting time healing? Yeah. Wonderful. Alright, was it? Which gem? They stayed up. Yeah. Downstairs. Did she go downstairs? I don't know. I've lost her. Oh no. I don't know, guys. I'm lost. Oh, hello.
Virgin's well. Then, I don't like the map.
Rid of the pallet. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with it enough yet. Break it. I just don't know my way around it.
And I have not played it.
Dead on? I don't know my way around it. So I don't know the best routes to catch survivors off. Right, they're on that gen. How do I get to it though? Hang on. I don't know. He didn't have dead hard, did he? Right, pop that gem first. I'm not even going to bother putting him in the basement.
Said, when do you have 38 followers?
For a few days, like now and then, I'll get a new follower. But yeah, it's slowly getting there, George. Well, actually, a lot faster than I thought. I didn't think I would have that many, to be honest. At least 3 are downstairs. Hello. Block away. Right, which gen? Back out there? How do I get there? I still don't know. Hang on. Break it. Oh no. I was hoping to get Spirit Fury. I've got.
Well. I thought we were just family.
It seems it's growing bigger every day. Mighty is multiplying. He spread his legs and multiplied, George. Go out.
Virgin's well.
I don't know.
Godama.
Mighty is spreading his seed, George. hear someone. Are you upstairs? Have you gone up here? Okay. Okay, she gone up here. Don't worry. I ended up running into that wall, thinking that there was a way out. No, you're wrong. Alright, where are the other two? Okay, there's one here. I want a 4K, continue with the 4K. So we're going to get information. You're going upstairs. How do you get... I've got Spirit Fury, so she might drop that pallet. Wait, don't drop it yet. Oh, that chi bag. That chi bag. That didn't work out for you, did it? That didn't work out for you at all. Oh. Yeah. You'll think about that next time, won't you? Oh, where's your hook? Hang on. You might have skipped. Where's the hook? Okay, we found one. Oh, that was so satisfying. Yeah, that chi bag didn't work out for you. Okay, she ran this way. Is she injured? She's injured, isn't she? Someone in here. Or is it upstairs? I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Right, that gen's... Oh, hello. Try to break it. Spirit Fury. It seems they're not worthy enough. Damn it. Is this even mind gameable? Oh, she has a window. I think she's dead. Right. Okay, there's this gen. They're not working on one. Okay. Pop. Problem with playing Susie, you can't tell whether it's her breath or a survivor sometimes, because she pants. I'm just gonna break it, just to see where it leads. Okay. You gone back outside? Scratch marks. Oh, hello! My bad. She's only been hooked once. Okay, do you want a tea bag again at a pallet? She might have dead hard. Oh, yes. Oh, you were careful that time, buddy. Right, have I done it too soon? Right. Right, she's not a gem. Did she heal herself? Just gonna do the odd random locker. I've heard that the hatch can spawn on both levels. I don't know if that's true. But the hatch wouldn't have spawned yet anyway. Hello? Try and block her from doing the hook. Oh, I can't. GG. They're not worthy enough. They're not worthy enough for Mighty. We're still on the search. Okay, there you go, baby. There you go. Hello? Hello? Have you got decisive? Let's see where you're off to. Show me the way. Oh, medkit. Do you want the medkit? There you go, buddy. There you go, yes. No? Okay, let's keep going. Oh. Oh. There you go, buddy. Let's go for one last chase, see if you're worthy enough. Oh, again. Oh, that didn't play out. Okay, I think she won't have decisive anymore. I think. Alright, where's a hook? Okay, there's one over here. GG. Another success, boys and girls. Respect the girl gamers. There we go. Oh, this is a secret passage that I discovered. Take it upstairs. There we are. Legion prevails once again. We're still on the search, guy lasses. We're still on the search. So that's how that build works. Thrilling. Yeah, I mean, anything that helps with gem regression is going to be good on Legion. But thrilling works really well. Gives you a bit of information. Hey, oh, GG, guys. GG. Here we go. So this time we're running Fanatophobia. It's a really, really good perk for Legion because it reduces their... Oh, back to shame map. I don't know it. Please. No decisive. It reduces everyone's healing and repair speed when I injure them, and you're going to expect to injure a lot of survivors. What add-ons? Considerably increase frenzy. Is there anything up there? I don't know. Oh, it's so awkward. Hang on. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, sprint burst. There we are. Knock me out quicker. Hey. Break it. Alright, well at least I know there's a few up here. Oh, that didn't take you anywhere. Snuff me out. Keep them away from that door. Ah. Just checking. this guy likes getting rid of pallets. Two on here. Slow it down just a bit. Keep him away from that because I haven't broken that wall yet. That pallet's gone. Now Thanatophobia is going to be giving him a hard time. Panic. We'll give him a chance. Probably could have ended the game right there. We'll see if you're worthy enough. Is there another hook down here? Alright, they'll be healing. Okay, she's there. Sneak around this way. Upstairs. Jump down. What should I go for? I'm gonna go for her. Should be quite strong for her. Never mind. Never mind. Alright. Someone up there. I know the gen's getting weird out. I think I'm just going to have to accept it going. This guy seems to know where the pallets are. I don't know how to get up there. I don't know. How do you get up there? Hang on. He's working on a gen up there, injured. I don't know how to get up. Hang on, does this take me? Yes. He's injured though, right? How do I get in? Here? No. Okay, they're all together. Alright, let's keep on him. Try and get a pallet stun to get out quick. Is he giving up? He's got a key. God damn it, guys. Keys are no fun. Has he got dead off? No. Why bring a key? It's so boring. I want to take you to the very end. Right, where is everyone? They're all healing together. That's not getting done. Let's check upstairs. Yeah, they're all together again, healing. Can I get in that way? No. Right, let's leave it. Hello? I'm here. There's someone else here? Maybe. Let's get rid of it. No? That's a very safe pallet in here. What went wrong? Alright, let's take it upstairs. Right, where's that other gem? Here. I'm still figuring it out, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't know the map that well. Okay. Is that safe palette? Not getting done. Let's commit to this down. Oh, hello. Okay, next hook. Okay, so there's a few upstairs. Let's open that. How do I get back up? I don't know. Back on that gen. All together. Hit the wall. Oh, both here. I can't get in that way. Let's get rid of that. Last time she jumped over the roof. Will she do it again? No. I think it was the next level. Pallet there. Jump down? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Looks like they've given up. They want to farm. I don't farm. I show no mercy. Okay, at least she doesn't. I'm gonna give her a shot. Let's see what you got. Nothing. God damn. Meg, I admire you trying though. At least you didn't give up. I respect it. He's given up. No respect, Steve. No respect. Okay, where's your injured? Don't you dare get the trap. I downed around here, right? There we go. GG, not worthy enough. I respect Meg's courage. But as your team know, you did not defy my legion. There we go. GG, guys. Another great match. How did they do? Oh, I got back to rank 1 quick. Lovely. What we like to see. Very brave. Very brave. I admire it. I admire the passion, guys, but I'm afraid Steve and Quinton gave up on you. But Meg, whoever you are, I'm impressed that you carried on and you took it like a champ. Well played. Well done. hopefully I've given you enough understanding. I'm not going to bother sort of playing another game because it's already dragged on a lot longer than I thought it would. This stream, I just wanted it to be a short, brief one for people to watch back if they're interested in learning Legion and some of the thoughts I have with him. As far as Legion's counter and how to go against the Legion, the first thing you want to split up, don't all pack onto the same gen, because if he injures you all very easily straight away, you're kind of screwed. It's going to waste so much of your time either trying to heal and mend or get an insta-downed if you don't. So spread out across a map, pressure the gens as much as you can. That's one of the things. The second thing, also the mistake I seem to see a lot, is survivors not realising that you can't hide from his killer instinct, from his frenzy when he's hit someone. And I still see survivors, even red rank survivors, hiding in lockers. It's like the killer can still see you through there. It doesn't work. Another counter is survivors making the mistake of dropping pallets too early. Only ever drop a pallet against the Legion while they're in frenzy if you're guaranteed to stun them. Don't just throw it down loosely, because that's the only defense you have when he's out of his frenzy. So be really careful when you throw pallets down. When he's in frenzy, play it smart. And it's also, yeah, you just have to be smart about that. Be careful with pallets, seriously, and out positioning yourselves as well. If you're injured, sometimes it's best not to heal and just to crack on with gens, because he's just going to keep injuring you. And maybe be careful when you do decide to fully heal. Unless he's carrying Fanatophobia, then you'll want to heal. But if he's not, try and do objectives injured, and then just loop him as a normal 115% killer with no power. And then he can't counter your loops or anything like that. Unless he's smart about it and uses his frenzy to counter you go into a strong position. But as a survivor, you always want to stick in a strong position. But yeah, that's some of the advice. But the biggest mistakes I see is 2-3 survivors healing a survivor together and staying together, trying to do gens together. Don't do that. They'll just injure you all quickly, potentially down you all quick as well. So not the smartest move. But you still do get a lot of survivors that seem to have a problem with Legion, because back in the day when he was first released, he was very broken. I won't get into it too much. I'm sure some of you may already know. If you don't, he was extremely broken. For both sides, not just for survivors, but for killers as well. Because you were 105, 110% killer at the time. I think 105. I can't remember exactly. And you're getting looped forever as Legion, but you're injuring people easily all the time and putting people into mend all the time. It was a big mess. But he is a balanced killer, like, he is very counterable. I love going against Legions. I've always loved Legion. I suppose out of all the killers, I do consider him my killer main. I know how to play him best. But yeah, hopefully I'll talk a bit more about him in upcoming streams that I do and videos that I play with him. So I hope it's been helpful for some people who may not be that familiar with Legion. But yeah, his power can be used more than just injuring survivors, but it can be used for outpositioning survivors that are injured so that you can down them. You just have to be smart about it. You have to know how to body block and understand the distance that you're going to lose from your fatigue with both add-ons and without the add-ons. But yeah, anyhow, I'm probably going to move on and end this stream. I might be streaming later on. I might do a bit more of the new killer. I'm just about to buy him, so I might do some Pyramid Head. We'll see. But thank you for anyone that watches this or comes back to watch this after. I know Pyramid Head might have been a better idea for people to watch right now, but I really wanted to get this video up, and I felt like the best way I can do that is without many viewers, so that I can blab on, without boring people who are sat watching my stream, and people can just come back to this video whenever they have time or whenever they'll be interested to. But anyhow, thank you, good night,